Okay, we have this question from the homework. This is a problem involving two radicals. We didn't get into this in class, but um, the process is very similar. First, we need to have one radical, and because we have two, we say this again. We have to have a radical by itself. Because we have two, we're actually going to end up having to square both sides twice. So first, we have the one radical, so it's already by itself. So we start by squaring both sides. Now, when we square both sides over here, on the left-hand side, that's going to be that stuff times itself. So we're going to have square root negative x plus 9 plus 2 times the square root of negative x plus 9 plus 2. And when we multiply that out, square root times itself would cancel out. And we'll have that square root times 2, so that'll give us 2 of those things. Square root times the other 2 will give us 2 more of those things. And then 2 times 2 would give us 4. So cleaning all this up, we'll have negative x plus 13, right, 9 plus 4. And then the 2 of those and the 2 of those will give us 4 square roots of negative x plus 9. And then working on the right-hand side, where we have that square root squared, that'll just become, of course, negative 2x plus 25. And now what we're going to need to do is square both sides again. Before we can do that, we have to get the radical by itself. So add the x to both sides, subtract 13 from both sides. That gives us 4 square root of negative x plus 9 equals negative x plus 12. And now that we have the radical by itself, again the 4 with it doesn't matter because exponents will distribute over multiplication, we can now proceed to square both sides again. Alright, so I've brought this over, squaring both of those things. The exponent will distribute, give me 4 squared, which is 16, square root squared would be negative x plus 9. And then on the other side, to square that, I have to multiply it times itself. And then simplifying here on the left-hand side, that would become negative 16x plus 144. And then over here now I need to multiply that out. Negative x times negative x would be x squared. Negative x times 12 would be minus 12x. Minus another 12x. And 12 times 12 will be 144. And then we simplify. So we have some like terms to combine over here. X squared minus 24x plus 144. Alright, and now we're finally down to an equation that we can actually solve. It's a polynomial equation, so we need to get everything on one side equal to 0. So add a 16x to both sides. subtract off of 144. And then something nice kind of happens as constants go away. We get x squared minus 8x equals 0. And we can factor 0 equals x times x minus 8. And from that we can conclude that x either has to be 0 or x has to be 8. And then the last thing you want to do is check your solutions to see if they work. If you plug in 0 to the original equation, you'd have 0 plus 9. Square root of that is 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. Plug in 0 into the other side. Negative 2 times 0 would be 0, plus 25 is 5. So we get 0 plus 25, square root of 25 is 5. So 0 does work. And then check 8 as well. Negative 8 plus 9 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. The left hand side is 3. Negative 2 times 8 is negative 16. Plus 25 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. And so it turns out in this case both of them work. Now this is not a question that I'll ask on the test. But it just kind of takes this idea and it shows you how we can extend it and do even more, complex problems. So hopefully that'll help you with that problem. Good luck.